Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am Unami Tetwa and I do beauty and lifestyle content. So today we'll be focusing on beauty and we'll be doing Tando's makeup today. A very neutral slash soft glam makeup look. I hope you enjoy. I like to start with eyebrows because they take most of my time, and I just start by underlining. As you can see, then I use like strokes going up according to the model's eyebrow, and then I just fill the end, and I just keep on fixing the eyebrow until I see it has shape. Then I go in with a concealer underneath the eyebrow just to sharpen the shape of the brow. And then I just go in with the concealer again just to put on the eyelid for the eyeshadow. Then I take my model's foundation color and I outline it on top of the brow just to make it more sharp. I don't do this step on my brows because I like a more natural brow look. We are finally done with the eyebrows. Whew. I don't like doing brows. We are moving on to my favorite step, which is skin. So what I'm doing now is I'm applying a primer from Maybelline, the baby skin, the blue one, the very popular one. So I just applied all over her face. Her face was already moisturized, so there was no need to moisturize. The first thing I do is I go in with the foundation. I use a very light foundation on her. She doesn't have any spots or hyperpigmentation, so I decided to use a very light coverage foundation. It's not full coverage, it's more like your BB cream, and I just put that all over her face. And she has sensitive skin, so I didn't want her skin to feel exhausted. I then go in with a foundation brush. I just had to zoom in a bit. I go in and I dab. I don't swipe. Honey, you gotta dab, okay? You gotta dab so it goes into, not into your skin, but it just blends nicely. Do you get me? Mates? So I'm just gonna continue dabbing while we conversate. And yeah. So I took a bit of foundation just to add another layer since it was going to be a shoot. I didn't want it to look too natural. I just took a little bit and then I dabbed it the same way I was doing the previous time. Just dab until you see it's blended. I start highlighting the face using a concealer that's a bit lighter than her foundation. I just put it just by the corner of her eyes. Yeah, like that. We don't want to waste product, so we have to use it sparingly. I had to remember this word. So these are the areas I put this highlighter concealer, and then I put it by her chin as well as above her lip and her nose bridge. So I do this to highlight these areas of the face. I then go back using the same blending brush to blend the highlighted areas. I use the same technique, which is the dabbing technique. So I just dab by the highlighted areas. Then I put the second layer of the highlighting concealer at the very same places. I then use a beauty blender to blend this time because I want it to be more highlighted. So I keep on doing so, blending. I still use the dabbing technique. So just dab, dab, dab until it blends fully.
Appreciate and respect my feelings. Yes. Yeah.
I honestly don't know what to call this technique, but it's where is it contouring or highlighting? I think it's part of contouring, but I like to put a lighter foundation
Tando's gonna help us.
by the end of the lip, going backwards to the ear,
Ghost.
and then it just gives you that snatched look, but not too snatched, but it gives you those Kylie Jenner type of lip aesthetic. I don't know, it just helps me make the lip look a certain way, as well as the whole facial structure. So I just continue dabbing. I didn't use the concealer this time, like a highlighting concealer. I just used a lighter foundation.
So imagine doing such makeup, such a heavy look for my wedding day. Never. I want a heavy look.
So this is the contouring step where I put a darker foundation by these areas, by the forehead, the end of the forehead, by the cheeks, the nose bridge, and sometimes by the lip, but I didn't do it this time. So what I do is I just dab using the same brush I use to blend the foundation. I just keep on using that so it blends properly, since it still has the leftovers of the previous foundation. So it just makes the blending process easier. I go in with a small brush just to blend the nose contour properly, merging it with the eyebrow. For the eyeshadow, I went in with a peach orangey looking eyeshadow color. I just took a little bit and then I just cover the whole eyelid with the color. Just make sure it's blended in properly. This is how this peachy orangey color looks like. This is the second layer of the eyeshadow. I just go in with it and just make it blend properly. You don't have to rush when you're doing eyeshadows because the color has to properly blend. So I just keep on blending it on her eyelids. I then go in with a very bright orange just by the end of the eye. So I just pat on the area I wanted to show. I just keep on doing so.
For my wedding, I don't think
I do the same on the other side.
What? Oh. So I'd go for makeup look like.
So now I start blending the orange I just put by the end of the eye. I bring it towards the eye and I mix it together with the transitioning color we put at first. So I just keep on doing so until I can see it's fully blended.
Guys, this is my cousin, by the way. You can see she's half Indian.
Now it is time to bake, baby. It is time to bake the face. So I usually put the baking powder, let's call it baking powder, by her nose bridge, as well as by basically every area that I highlighted. It's where I put the baking powder, and it's not called baking powder, it's called translucent powder or banana powder. What I'm using is a banana powder. So what I do is I don't leave the banana powder like for 15 minutes or anything like that. I just dab it into the skin, since we're going for a very subtle slash neutral natural makeup look. Tando doesn't want these snatch UK makeup looks, so I can't let it bake for too long. So I just dab it into the skin, but I leave the nose bridge.
That nigga munch.
After blending the banana powder, I go in with a mascara
The body.
just to like not to enhance her eyelashes, but to just color them in black, since I am going to put eyelashes on.
With your eyes. Close. Look down. Not. Yeah.
I then take eyelash glue. It is black in color. I use this glue to also do a wing, because we don't want a dramatic look. We want a very subtle. So we're just going to use the glue to outline the eye and make it look like it has a wing. It's just a young strategy. If you don't want to look like you have a wing, but also you want a bit of black, then rather use a black glue when applying your eyelashes.
Okay, we have to cut.
A few moments later.
Sorry guys for not showing you the rest of the makeup process. This was because we were rushed. She had to eat. She had to also finish doing her hair. So this is the final look, but we just had to like do the lips, the eyeshadow, the blush, and that was pretty much
So
it.
it's the modeling same thing.
So I took her outside so you guys can see how it looks with natural lighting. The makeup doesn't look white at all. It looks like her skin. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.